Hello, greetings, greetings. So I don't have any musical instrument with me, so I'm using my voice. Vibration in. Hello. So I have already made some art. I made this my own version of the um, Evil Eye repellent. Okay, my own version. Made this last night. Okay, it's hanging there. Just for a little. All right, so today's video, just a quick one because I recently got this book while I was out of town, Ancient Egypt. Okay, and in here is a picture of what is called Hatshepsut's mortuary temple at Deir el Bahari, and it is set in a deep bay in the desert cliffs, which were in turn at the foot of the pyramidal peak. I want that we're going to use that word, the pyramidal peak, sacred to the goddess Hathor and Mertsurger. Okay, so here is a picture of that. Okay, so we see the pyramidal peak, and then we see what they're building down below it. Okay, and they really like go into the cliffs of this peak. Now, what I'm about to show you is on my phone, so it's not as clear as this book may be, if even that's coming in clear, because I know the lighting is kind of weird. But if you put in Google, um, if you put in temples, let's see, what did I put in? If you put in temples in the Grand Canyon, Arizona, results come up. There is a Shiva's temple that is at 7,646 foot elevation. There is another temple called Vishnu's temple. We have Isis's temple, and also have so here are the landmarks in the Grand Canyon. Um, Shefos or Chifos Pyramid, Buddha Temple, Buddha Colister, Manau Temple, Tower of Ra, Horus Temple, Osiris Temple, Shiva Temple, and Isis Temple, all in the Grand Canyon. Okay, and these are pyramidal shapes. Okay, in the Grand Canyon that look exactly like that pyramidal shape. So I'm going to show you. I took some screenshots. They're not very good screenshots because it's a screenshot. Um, but also, oh, this is a good one. So this is the temple of. Oh my goodness, which one is this? I think this is. Sorry, I want to pull up Isis's temple specifically. Is this it? Okay, this is Shiva's temple. Hard to see, but there it is, Shiva's temple. Okay, that's Shiva's temple. This is Vishnu's temple. Let's see if I can make it bigger. There we go, a little bigger. It's hard to see. There we go, Vishnu's temple. Okay, and then we have. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull up Isis temple. Now, in some of these pictures, if you go to them and you look at the shadows that these temples, they look like the depictions that you see carved in Egypt of these deities. The shadows off of these temples in Arizona that are supposed to be created by water. I don't think so, you guys. I just don't think so. All right, so This is Isis Temple in Philae. Okay, and that's another thing I want to mention. I don't know if any of you have heard of Philae, which is an island in Egypt that seemingly was specifically for the feminines. And what I saw is that there's a correlation between Philae and Philadelphia, which we have in the Americas, right? And Philadelphia is where the archdiocese is held, which represent the Catholic order, so to speak, of that country. So I just found that interesting. But back to the Isis Temple here. Here we go. Isis Temple, Arizona. Images. Here we go. I'm gonna make it big. I think this one's better. Hey, look at this. Isis Temple. You see that? Okay, see this Isis Temple, and then we see this peak, a pyramidal peak. Okay, this is called the Isis Temple in the Grand Canyon. This is called a pyramidal peak. Come on. It's just, it's too similar. It's just too similar. And then let me see if I can show you the shadows. So in that one where I said I have a picture of, I think it's Vishnu's temple. Let's see. Is it this one? Yeah. So it's hard to see in this because the photo is so small. But if you blow it up, and I'm even going to turn it sideways, the shadows look like the beans holding things. This is not, here's kind of see it right there, with a bean, with one of the headpieces that you see depicted in Egypt. Even down to the little, but right next to Isis Temple is the Osiris Temple. Isn't the peak look the same as in the other picture I just showed you from Egypt? And they call it shape in Egypt, but here in the Grand Canyon, these are temples. They are actual temples. So, the story I was downloaded is that like a crack was made in the earth, or on this realm of beingness that we're on, because is it round, is it flat, I don't know, but I think we have representations of giant trees. We definitely have that here nearby where I live. I'm also near Mount Shasta, where there are stories about inner tunnels. So, and we have inner tunnels in the Grand Canyon, and we've heard stories about different places, even in Fresno area. There is stories about underground tunnels there underneath what used to be giant trees. So is it possible that we did actually, at a certain period of time, even if it was like a different species of human, live in the earth and may still actually dwell in the earth? Because there are stories from American indigenous and also Australian indigenous. I feel like I have comments. Let's see. Hey, what's up? I just shared your channel with somebody. I just want to say, I am so mind blown by everything you share, Deja. Thanks for showing up. Awesome. Well, I did a whole recording and it didn't record. So I was like, I'm just going to go live instead. And yes. And then even names in there, like Hathor's name is Lady of the West. And so my theory is that, and then the story of Akhenaten is that his mother came from a foreign land. I theorize that he actually was one of the American indigenous people that somehow made it over to Egypt. Did he go by boat? Maybe. Did he go underground? Maybe. I think it's all possible. So, watching somebody drive by. What's going on? So, and then even some of the biblical stories, I'm wondering if travel could have been through these underground tunnels, because there are ancient stories too of like people traveling very quickly from different places in California or in the Americas, and then people on what we consider on the other side of the planet traveling very quickly, it seems, through foreign lands, which to us would take like years if you're walking, or even if you have a camel or a horse, would take a long time, but seemingly quickly. So I just theorize these that have been preserved for us, but we just haven't gotten to them yet, because I mean, it's just too coincidental. It's just too coincidental, and there's no coincidence. This is too similar. So that's my theory, and that's my video for the day. So thanks for being here. I'll be sharing some more stuff. I've been doing a little bit of research in these books. Oh, I know what I want to talk about real quick too. Is I talk about the 9-day calendar, and I talk about wondering where calendars originated. Well, here's a picture of one of their early calendars, and that's how they depicted it: lucky days and unlucky days. 165-day calendar were days of chaos. Days were specifically set. The Isis and Osiris were born, and one more. There's one more, but they don't. Oh, here we go. It says what events might have happened, and they group in everything like people. Also thought this was interesting because up in the corner, I know, I'm always talking about symbology. The other thing is, like, when we talk about symbology and numbers, we know that at one point they were just symbols before we gave them meaning, so to speak, or they came with meaning, and sometimes those meanings change. Okay. And then also in the other video, I talked about different names of deities, but I will save that for another video, because mostly I just wanted to show you that these temples are very similar to the temples we have here in the Americas. Okay. So thanks for joining. If you get a chance, if you see the comments here, check out Deeja's channel, because she's talking about a whole nother perspective as the modern day Bible. She's going into what is called the Holy Megillah, and it's just very informative. It's definitely helped me see some things that I may not have seen before or considered. All right. Until next time, let that be the vibration. And we'll see you next time.